Signs from the universe that you do not want to miss. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com. The universe is speaking to you, and here's what it's saying. You have amazing talents within you. It's just that everything around you has convinced you for so long that it doesn't exist. Comment down below, I have greatness within me. Comment that down below, I have greatness within me. Let me repeat that. You have amazing talents and an amazing destiny within you. It just might feel muddied up, like you're listening to this guy and you're like, oh yeah, that's nice to say. He's just saying the things that people want to hear. The only reason that thought pattern exists is because our entire world has muddied us up with the opposite self-image. Think about that. Think about the fact that everyone and everything around us is trying to convince us we're not good enough, we're not smart enough, we don't have this thing working out for us. And when we try to break off on our own, everyone tries to talk us out of it. I'll give you an example. So before I was filming this video, I was just sitting and I was in my living room and I was just thinking about how incredibly grateful I am for my life. And I was thinking about the fact that I wouldn't even have the life that I have had I not trusted the greatness that's within me. And that's what the universe is saying to you right now. And for me, that time came when I was 19 years old. I was in economics class and everyone said, and the prevailing social story around me was, you go to school, you get a business degree, and then you'll become successful, and this is what you're supposed to do with your life. And within me, I didn't feel like that was right. But that is a stupid thing to think. Well, you know, what they're telling me right now, what I'm learning right now, get this business degree. No, that's not what I'm supposed to do. Like when I said that, everyone felt that was a stupid thing to say. And a part of me felt the same way. But I didn't know at the time that I was meant for something different. And I didn't know at the time that the universe was trying to push me in a new direction, which ultimately became shortly thereafter my first book about backpacking around the world. And then eventually that led into a publishing contract with Penguin Random House for a couple other books. And that led me on this journey that has us here today of making these videos. And you may feel like other people don't understand you. And it's like the universe is trying to tell you something. But you don't know if you can trust it because we're conditioned for so long to put all of our energy and emphasis on all of these things outside of ourselves. So what starts to happen is we start to believe other people's voices rather than the voice of God that's speaking within us. And we start to doubt ourselves. And we start to question ourselves. And we start to wonder, am I right or am I wrong? Am I set up for failure if I go on this path? What's the answer here? And the universe is whispering to you right now. It's saying, hey, you're smarter than you think you are. Hey, there's something bigger meant in store for you. Hey, you're more deserving than you think that you are. There's better relationships out there for you. There's better jobs out there for you. There's better cities. There's bigger cities out there for you. There's bigger places, bigger shoes you're supposed to fill, and shoes you're supposed to walk in, and places you're supposed to be. And that's what it's saying. It's urging you in this direction right now. It's saying, hey, you're meant for more. Everyone is meant for more. It's just that most people are so afraid of that thought that they live their whole lives small and hiding. But you're meant for more. You have to really allow yourself to feel that feeling because it brings a lot of fear with it too. Because it's like, I don't know, is this going to work out? Is this not going to work out? You're meant for more. You're worthy of what you want. See, I had a dream and I felt like I was sitting in this classroom in economics, and I wanted to know why we couldn't audit the Federal Reserve, which seemed like a logical question. It was during 2009. We were right after the economic crisis, and that seemed like a logical question to ask in an economics class. And my teacher said to memorize his textbook and excuse me, and to basically just be quiet. And I was filled with so much sadness in that moment because I wanted to talk about the big questions in our world and how do we make this world a better place. And this individual that was up there was basically telling me that that question wasn't relevant. And if I wanted to be successful, I had to do this thing over here. And I had like so much sadness in my body. And I wanted to like do something, and I wanted to make the world a better place. Like I felt like I wanted to like shake everyone and be like, do you realize how much power you have? Like, do you realize that like you can create a happy life? You can make a difference in the world. You can do whatever it is that you want. But I felt like I was sitting there and like I couldn't let it out. And I finally decided that I was going to leave school and I was going to go backpacking, and I was going to like do some vagabond traveling and try to find what the universe was trying to tell me. And it didn't take long for me to realize that the universe was trying to tell me to write a book and to start becoming a writer and a thinker and like a person on the outside of society that is looking at a lens of reality from a glass of not only half full, but that you're really capable of what you want. Because it made me take a step back and say, okay, everyone in my economics class, all these other students, they agree with me that like we've got these, obviously it's just basic math that we have an ever increasing national debt that is only causing a devaluation of the United States currency, and that problem is affecting every area of our lives, our purchasing power, and in the most basic terms. And when I talked to the kids after class with me, they agreed with me, but it was like everyone felt powerless. And I started to think, okay, what's keeping us here in this box? And I believed that it was that we didn't believe that we're good enough. We didn't believe we're very smart. We believe Bill Gates is smart. We believe Steve Jobs is smart. Right? Like we believe whoever is like the top politicians, oh, those people are smart. The top bankers, oh, those people are the smart people that run the world. No! Steve Jobs says the world was built by people no smarter than you. And when you realize that, you can mold it, shape it, and change it however you want. But first, you have to grasp this idea that the universe is telling you right now. It's saying, hey, you're smarter than you think. Hey, your past doesn't matter anymore. Like, press the reset button, right? Like we're in this simulation game of life, and all that matters is right here in the present tense. Just press delete right there on your mind. Your past doesn't matter. You may think you're not good enough, you're not worthy. You may be estimating what's possible for you in the future based off of what's happened to you in the past. None of that matters now. Here you are, right here in this moment, and guess what? You don't even know how powerful you are. That's how powerful you are. You are pure infinite consciousness with the ability to formulate any ideas that you want, any images in your mind, and hold those images steadfast in your mind and go about creating them in physical reality. Like this camera, that I'm speaking to you on, this was just someone's idea so many years ago. It was crazy so many years ago. Like, the fact that we would be here where, like, think about the fact that, like, we're sending information instantaneously that's allowing you to stream this video right now. And it's almost as if you and I are in a room together, but we're really not, but it's streaming instantaneously. 200 years ago, the thought of that was absurd. It was ridiculous. And imagine it, and the only thing that pushes society forward is the people that are willing to say, hey, I know I'm capable of more. And I know it scares me right now. But I need to say yes to what life is asking of me. And my question to you is, what is life asking of you? Like, I honestly believe that within every person, like, you know what it is. Like, whether it's a relationship that you need to let go of and it's really not serving you anymore, whether it's a job, you know what it is that will create more happiness in your life. Whether it is that you need to get in better shape, fix your financial situation, finally go ahead and learn the guitar, write that book, start that business, build that nonprofit, travel where you want to travel. I believe that we know these things in our heart. And it's not getting them that will make us happy. It's the process of starting to do it. It's the progress of it that actually creates the happiness. But we never start on that journey because we think we're not good enough. So we psych ourselves out contemplating possible worst case scenarios that might never happen. So we never start. And then we sit there and then time just keeps going by. And all of a sudden we look back 20 years later and we're like, damn, I didn't do anything. I'm still in that relationship that really is not the standard of life that I want. I'm still in that job that the boss treats me. The boss is an asshole. Boss doesn't treat me well. I'm underpaid. I'm not using my talents. I have this talent and I have this talent and I haven't used it. Now's the time. That's what the universe is saying. The universe is begging you to be like, just see. What are you really capable of? Just see. What are you really capable of? And you're going to face resistance and you're going to face opposition. And sometimes it's just going to be something doesn't work out. Someone says no. Other times it'll be people telling you to reconsider. Other times it will show up as someone getting angry. And then other times things will just be fantastic. And there's this road, this easy street road. One time I was renting an Airbnb up at the top of Haleakala in Maui, and I'm driving, and the street I had to turn off is called Easy Street. I was like, isn't that ever a good name of a street? But sometimes you find that road in life, but other times you don't. But the fact is, you're capable of more than you think. There is more within you than you could possibly imagine. And look, I feel you. Sometimes it's scary. Like, when I told my friends, when I told my family that I was going to be dropping out of school and I was going to be doing something else with my life. And at the time, I was going to go travel and then I was going to write a book. Everyone told me not only to reconsider, but that I was throwing my entire life away. And the thing is that nobody can see the vision and the destiny that God has planned for you. Like, no one can see that. And people can only see based off of what's happened to them in the past. They can only see based off of what has happened to them in the past. And so they're bringing that into your future. And for me, right, I can only speak for myself. For me, I was so overwhelmed with fear. Like, they said, you know, you need to do this, this, and this to be successful. And I was throwing my life away, apparently, and this might not work, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But there was this one part of me, like this stillness in the night, that was like, this is what you're supposed to do. You don't know yet, but this is the path you're supposed to be on. And this is where your life is supposed to take you. And what I'm inviting you to do is to get quiet enough, get still enough that you can hear that voice, whatever it's saying to you. To tune out the noise around you enough to get in touch with what it is that your heart wants. What is it inside of you that you're really meant for? That you're really meant to live? Like, what are you really worthy of earning financially? What are you really worthy of in terms of the vitality and health that you could create in your life? But you might be throwing it away right now because you're not making it to the gym, you're not making it to yoga, you're not eating the way that you know that might be best for you to eat. What are these things? Is there a dream business that's speaking to you? Is there a certain amount of money that you wanted to earn, but you don't think you're smart enough to earn it? Remember, Steve Jobs says the world was built by people no smarter than you. And when you realize that, you can mold it, shape it, and change it however you want. I remember hearing that and being like, that's a nice thought. But my belief was always, I was willing to experiment with these ideas to see if they were true. I was willing to test these ideas enough to see if they were true. Like when I was a freshman in college, I was reading the book Manifest Your Destiny by Wayne Dyer. And I didn't know who Wayne Dyer was before then. And maybe it's like you stumbled on this video, you don't even know who I am. And in this book, this guy said that there was a bigger purpose in our life, and that we're all meant for more, that we're meant to earn the money that we would really like to earn. We're meant to have the fulfillment that we'd really like to have, the relationships that really nourish us, and people really see our value in their lives, and it's this uplifting camaraderie where we're all growing, that we're meant to have all of these types of things, this higher destiny in our life, and we're meant to live a great life. Now, I'd never heard those ideas growing up, and I didn't know there was a part of me that didn't believe what he was saying. There's a part of me that thought I was just a little meat suit, and I'm born, and then I'm just this little meat suit. Hopefully things work out for me in life, and maybe they will, and maybe you won't, and you work hard, and you show up, and maybe good things happen, and maybe they don't. But there was this other part of me. And that's what I'm trying to get. That's the essence of the energy I'm trying to transmit in this video. Is to just put these ideas to test. Just see, what are you really capable of? Just say, I deserve to be happy. Just say that. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be happy in life. So what would make me happy? Comment down below. I deserve to be happy in life. Comment down below. I deserve to be happy. Comment that down below. I deserve to be happy. You deserve to be happy. So, if happiness was the purpose of life, what would you create now? Let me remind you, you're good enough. You're smart enough. You may not feel that way. But there's more within you that you've never tapped into yet. Who you think you are is like the old tip of the iceberg analogy. You only see the tip of the iceberg. You've only seen the tip of you so far. There is so much more to who you are than you could possibly imagine. Truly, truly. Quantum physics literally is telling us that it's beyond what literally the mind can even conceive. The potential energy packed in one little cell of your body. And you have this weird thing where you can direct that energy. They call it thoughts. You can formulate that energy and direct it. The same power that creates worlds. You can tap into that same energy. But don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of failing. Don't be afraid of what other people might say. Don't be afraid of a no. When someone says no, you say next. That's what Jack Canfield says, and it changed my life. I started saying that when I was 19 years old, and I wrote my first book, Into the Wind. I had to go sell that book out of the trunk of my car, and I literally about, I don't know how many, I would love to know how many thousands of people have told me no to buy my books in person. Because I had to rent books at the University of Oregon. I had to rent tables at the University of Oregon campus and stop kids on the way to class and convince them to buy my book. I had to rent tables at farmers markets next to the person selling kale and try to get you to buy my book. I had to go on Vans Warped Tour. It is a heavy metal punk tour. And I was the first ever motivational speaker, and the only. It doesn't exist anymore, but it went on for 30-something years. And I had to sell my books. Do you know how many people have told me no? Thousands. I've sold, of my books, I probably sold 10,000 books person to person. Out of my 3 books, 10,000 of them person-to-person sales. And with the help of my now wife, because we did a lot of Warped Tour, a lot of high school, college speaking tours. She helped me a lot. And she's been told no on behalf of me a lot. So you're going to get told no. Who cares? When someone says no, you say next. If you feel in your heart that you're meant for something bigger, that you're meant for something greater, this is the sign to say yes to it. Finally, this is the sign to say yes to it. Finally, because I'm telling you, within you, there is God within you. And it always has your back. It was silly of me to ever think that I could have failed in the first place. When I decided to drop out of college, and I was a nervous wreck. I didn't know of my life. All my friends made fun of me. I lost all my friends. My own mom thought, and I love my mom, but she had a while where she thought I was ruining my life, and she made that very clear to me. And you're going to have that opposition that comes up against you. And sometimes it's not even from outside people. It's from the voices in your own head. It's from your old conditioning that is so sure that this is who you are, and this is what you're capable of, and this is it, this is you, this is reality. And it's like, dude, you're not good enough for that. You're not smart enough. That's not going to work out for you. But there's God within you. It was silly of me to ever believe and to ever even consider the idea that I wouldn't be successful. Why? Because God was the one that spurred that idea in me in the first place. It is silly of you to ever believe that you can't have that thing, because it's the universe that's putting that very thing within you in the first place. Like, if you put a seed in the ground, it'd be silly if you were like, there's no freaking way that's going to be an orange tree. No way, dude. No way. That'd be silly. If it's an orange seed, it's going to be an orange tree. If it gets watered, that thing will grow into a tree. Why? Because the universe, like the intelligence of the universe, allows that stuff to happen. And there's a seed within you. The intelligence of the universe allow that to take place in your life. You don't interfere with gardening. Like, when the grass is trying to grow in your yard, you don't pull the grass out every night. Is this blade good enough? Should this blade get water tomorrow? Oh, this one's not growing well enough. I should pull it out. You don't do that. You don't do that with grass. Why would you do that with your life? Why would you do that with your financial future? Why would you do that with your health? Why would you do that and believe that you aren't good enough, smart enough? I'm telling you, it's scary, and so we get afraid, and then so we do all these other things to like mask our fear. But if you just sit right now and take a deep breath with me. The universe has your back. Take another deep breath. And just feel that the universe has your back. Comment that down below. The universe has my back. Comment down below. The universe has my back. So let me remind you, the universe is giving you a sign. And that sign might just be that you're questioning your own abilities. Because the universe wants to show you that you're capable of more. Maybe you're hitting up against a wall right now. And that wall is you're selling yourself short. You're not even imagining a bigger future for yourself. Now is the time. So this is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com. Thank you for watching this video. If you haven't yet, make sure that you use my software, The Second Mind. I created a software to start to recondition the mind. And science tells us that all of these ideas that we have about who we think we are, all of our emotional baggage that says I'm only capable of this much, and here's the bad things that happen to me, and here's why I'm not capable of much, all of that wires into our brain. Now, there's a term in neuroscience, it's called Hebb's Law, and it says that brain cells that fire together wire together. So every time things happen in life, we have thoughts, we have certain things with our finances, with our love, with our health, if anything happens, we fire brain cells. And then they start to wire together. And it creates the neurocircuitry. It creates the way that our brain starts to produce reality. And so I call that the first mind. That's the old mind. The second mind is the one that we wired the way that we want to take control of our lives, to create the things that we truly desire and live up to our fullest potential. And you can use the software for free to demo right there down below. It's thesecondmind.com right there down below. It's thesecondmind.com right there down below, thesecondmind.com right there down below. So go ahead, demo that for free. Comment down below, the universe has my back. The universe has your back. Hit the subscribe button, the bell notification right over there. Bell notification is what notifies you for new videos. So even if you already subscribed, please double check that you've actually hit the bell notification right over there in the corner. Thank you for watching this video all the way through. Great things are in store. Keep affirming it, and I'll talk to you soon.